Hi, my name is Radoslav Bunic and people call me Rate. I'm professor of sports and physical education, but as you can see, I'm also a game developer and main leading programmer for this game called Vanished. For this game, we're using Unity 3D engine combined with the Playmaker and C# scripting. That combination allows us to speed up our game development and transform many lines of code into simple FSM state machines that do the same job. We're using Mechanim animation system which is far more powerful than other legacy animation systems, and in Unity we can create stunning game controls, powerful EI and nice transitions between animations. So as you already know, many ideas are already used, but Vanished has to offer something new because it's a survival game combined with the RPG elements, FPS and the elements from the real life. In order to create something like that and transform our ideas into this stunning video game, we need you to support our Kickstarter project and to believe in us as we believe in our ideas and ourselves.
My name is Joseph Townsend, or Joe for short. I am founder of Trim Studio Designs and have a heavy background working with technology for many Fortune 500 top companies. I've parted ways with everyone at this point work-wise to ensure if funding is successful, then I will be able to give 110% back to the community. You should expect to see rapid development and boast a huge amount of features you would not expect to see a small company pull off, including DLC that adds massive transformations to the game, console gameplay, split-screen gaming with a friend, and much more. We are lucky to have a very great and dedicated talent here at Trim Studio Designs. Without wasting more of your time, let's move on to seeing how the game looks and functions. Alright, so here we are taking a look at first gameplay. As you can see, we're walking around right now just picking up items to craft with, such as sticks and rocks. Right now, we kind of just took a quick cut here to show you about how shelters are done. So you can see it in daytime. We'll also show it at night a little bit better, but you can see it better here. Hold down right click and it will rotate freely. Just got to find a flat level and you can place it right down with no issue. There it is, and if you look, shadows are completely reflective upon it. Okay, so let's talk about food here. So you have coconuts right now. We're making tons more food, but you need a transmute. Think of transmute like transform. You know, we're taking one coconut, we split it into two halves. Also, let's take a minute to pause here. Talk about the UI. Okay, so as you can see, every item has certain statistical elements. Those are presented just by hovering in your inventory. Above your inventory is your crafting and your repair system. To the left is assemblies. Those are things such as recipes. And to the right, you have your character stats. Down at the bottom, you have things like health, stamina, thirst, hunger, and bathroom. Those all attribute to your character's overall health and must be kept up on, as well as the temperature bar to the right and the sanity bar to the left. We'll take a deeper dive into that in a later video. So if you notice, as we're walking around, stamina is going up and down. When we're not moving, it goes up. When we do move, it goes down. You'll also notice that that your thirst and stuff will begin to drop the more stamina that you're using. Once you have some items, just place it in the crafting table above, and in this case we just used sticks and turned it into a little campfire here. And we'll take our axe we crafted a little bit earlier. So now it's on our character, we can now go ahead and wield it. We'll chop down this tree here. Notice that the trees are presented with a health bar so you can see how close they are. And as you saw, if you're not directly on the tree, it will miss and will not affect the tree. So you'll be able to see the wood chips scatter And here shortly you'll see that a chunk of the tree is missing. I see. It's kind of hard to see with the character in the way, but there we go. So it's just holding on by a small little section there, and it begins to fall. Slams on the ground, creates some dust, disrupts it. Let's go ahead and pick up these logs here. And right here, I think we're going to take a small pause again. We're going to talk about the features behind what make the game, such as Mechanim and Playmaker. So here is Mechanim. This is the main system that we use for doing all our animations. It is done with different states. So right now we're doing idle, for instance. Idle can easily transfer over to something such as run or even strafe, which I'll demonstrate now. Each state has even more values, within it. That help better determine what's going to happen. The reason this system is so important is instead of having static animations already set, these animations are dynamic. What that means is when, let's say you run forward, you're not just pushing the forward button and it knows to, automatically play an animation for running. Instead, it knows to transition towards a run. And then if you move, it knows to automatically start transitioning in real time to the next movement. It's all code-based, so it's a lot more smooth, and interaction is a lot more immersive than your standard static animations like a lot of games use. This is a very important factor to the game. Also, it is all, like I said, it's all code-based, so we can actually fine-tune and edit the code as well. As you can see, the animations are a little rough right now. They work fine, but we need to improve them a bit, and that is going to happen as soon as we're able to tell if the project will be funded. If everything's successful, we'll definitely make sure that these animations are better. Also, let's go ahead and take a look at how this code works. So each state, you can go ahead and assign the code for something to happen. It does take quite a bit of code, but nonetheless, it's very easy once it's written out to make changes to something. So in this particular case, all we're going to do is just have it check for what's going on and then to apply the animation as needed. This is really great with the dead scripts too, like controlling the camera and certain elements like that. Also, now we're going to be looking at Playmaker. Playmaker is a visual programming tool. So instead of having to type out, a few thousand lines of code, we can pack it all into single states. So let's take a look here, for instance. Let's go into this. And here is just a standard program that's 89 lines of code to check to see if something is in inventory or not. That's quite a bit. But we can pack that all down with the help of Playmaker by adding in certain events that will allow it to be done in only 4 steps. Speeds up things quite a bit. So there's that transmute key again. Transmute basically transforms an object rather than breaks it or crafts it. It allows you to deform it. In this case, we're taking logs and we're transmuting it into notched logs, and we're taking rocks and we're transmuting it into the stones so that we can make the fire. Now, once you have enough notched logs built up, that's what helps build our shelter you saw earlier. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed, but when we pull up the inventory again next time, if you pay attention on the left, after you craft something, it automatically goes into split categories on the left side in the assemblies menu. You can also, from there, check out and search for things directly, like stone axe. You can type in ST and stone axe will pop up. It makes it really convenient when you're trying to, hurt. Okay, I think that will be enough logs. Let's go back over to our little base we're setting up here. Okay, we'll go ahead and transmute these logs here into notched logs. Now we'll craft together our shelter. Now, shelter and other items that you can place, you can only place from within your inventory. You can't put it in your hotbar. But items that you can use, like food and other resources, you can put in your hotbar to quickly equip for use. So you just place it down, and from here, we can go ahead and go to bed and advance time forward. This is what I was talking about here. See, everything's in categories, split on the left side. And then also, if you want, you can just simply search. So, type in here the log shelter, and all we did was LO, it showed up right away. Pretty neat there. And that's where we equip stuff, right over here. That's our character equipment to the right. Also, our stats, like I was talking about. So, we'll eat real fast. As you can tell, everything goes up. And now we'll go to bed because it does use resources to go to bed. Like your thirst and hunger, like it does in real life. Alright, here we are. It is now daytime, so we slept a bit there. And I will go ahead and now show you how death works. This is one way that you can die, so it's kind of a good way to show. If you notice our stamina is dropping, it goes back up, our stats go down. Let's go ahead and waste our stats a little bit more down here. Hold on. Oh yeah, I also wanted to show you this real quick. So, the logs actually do float in the water. Pretty, neat idea there. And then, we're still working on the underwater system, but it is coming together. As you can see, there is definite deformation of your camera's view and some underwater audio. We're going to make swimming and fishing and other things too here shortly. So right now, we're just walking, and you can see everything kind of going down, but let's go ahead and sprint here. So as you can see, as we begin to sprint, things drop a lot more rapid. Now, in real life, if you're in a, if you're having like an adrenaline rush or something, you can definitely wear your body more than it's supposed to. Such as if you're being chased by, a potential attacker or something, or you feel threatened. Same thing here. As you can see, stamina's down, but we are still sprinting. But you'll notice if you do that, your thirst, your hunger, everything, it drops and depletes so rapidly. And that's okay. We can drain those all the way too. This is only meant to be used in very, very scarce situations, such as running away from an animal attack. As you can tell, the more you sprint with no stats on anything, your health will then begin to deplete. At this point, you are pushing your body beyond its natural boundaries, but, you can do so in an emergency situation. In this case, let's go ahead and show you what the death is like. This is what we have set up for the time being anyway. And there we have it, all dead, and, just time kind of just keeps going by. Alright, well that about wraps up the game here. That's vanished for you. That's where we're currently standing at with it. Obviously there is quite a bit more that's going to go into it, but that's where it is at now. If I was to talk about all the potential features that are going into it, I would literally spend about an hour talking to you just on what we already have in mind. So with that said, if you could, please definitely help us out on Kickstarter, help fund that. And if you can't help fund it, at least kind of pass it along. If you look at Twitter, hashtag survive the island, or Facebook, post it there, askmehowIvanished.com. At the bottom there, you can get to all the links to help us out, Facebook, Twitter, and NDDB links. Just help spread the word, get it out there, and we look forward to giving you tons more features to play with and countless hours of gameplay. Until next time, have a good rest of your day.